Hey, what's going on, guys? Kalamazi here, and earlier today, Blizzard announced a handful of buffs are coming to Warlock this Tuesday. I guess you can call them buffs in a sense. However, they only pertain to Demonology Warlock. No buffs to Diabolist, no buffs to Hellcaller, which were nerfed via the hotfixes a few days ago. Nothing to Aff, nothing to Destro, unfortunately. So today, I want to look at these buffs, talk about what they mean for the spec, look at some sims, then briefly look at some statistics from the raid, and talk about why Destro and Aff probably should get some love here too, and maybe a Hail Mary for some buffs being updated on Tuesday or Monday for that changes that are coming in on Tuesday. If you want any weak cores or add-ons, links to Twitch, Discord, and the website, which is up to date for all the new changes and all that have come last week, all that. Links all down below if you want them. They're all for free for you guys down there. And yeah, let's get it going. Alrighty, so getting into the changes that are coming to Warlock on Tuesday, they are all to Demonology, and we can see right here, no Destro, no Aff buffs. Now, Demonology does sim the highest in single target, but is seeing the least amount of play right now in single target, basically everywhere, not even just in single target. It's seeing some play on stat cleave fights, like Roshanon a little bit, like the first boss Olgrax, but not a whole lot. In like the patchwork fights, like Kaiveza, like Sikron, it's not seeing play, even though it sims the highest in single target. I mean, for a handful of reasons, not incredibly mobile. Destro's more mobile, with Shadowburn and stuff too. Execute profiles, all that kind of stuff. Just, it's in an odd spot. So some buffs are coming in on Tuesday. We'll look at this, look at the sims, look at talents, and talk about Destro and Aff as well. So first thing here, Pact of the Era Druid Doom Guards deal 20% increased damage. So that, to clarify, is this talent right here. This guy's doing 20% more damage. I think it's like around like 4.5% now in single target. Might be a bit more, a bit less. I don't know exactly. It is not the Ritual of Doom Guard doing 20% more damage. So there's that. Grimoire Felguard now increases the damage of the summoned Felguard. So it increases, basically buffed it from 60 from 45. I don't know what the weird terminology is here, but they buffed Grimoire Felguard a bit. For those that don't know, I mean, Grimoire Felguard's not really been played in the single target builds as of late. It's like, I think, about the same. I mean, this is the typical single target build. You're playing Anilian training over Grimoire. It's about the same playing these two. I think it favors Grimoire by like 500 DPS, but that depends if it's a big tyrant at the end of the fight, kill times and all that. Just play Anilian training. So that's getting buffed, Grimoire Felguard. They're buffing baseline Felguard damage as well by 10%. So it's also that, which has needed that. It's gotten probably 5 buffs at this point. Felguard needs it. And the last buff here is Gloomhound's Gloom Slash damage increased by 20%. So interestingly enough there, so this is Gloomhound Purple Dog, which is like your single target based dog here, getting increased by 20%. The thing with this though is that the red dog, you can see here, it does damage within 10 yards every 0.8 seconds. The baseline amount there is 1 second. The red dog scales with haste. The purple dog does not. So maybe they want it to like scale with haste on the red version, but purple dog just does more in single target without scaling with haste. I don't know, but they're buffing this by 20% to make it better in single target, which honestly I think is good to see. Overall, not incredibly impactful as far as like buffs are concerned, but I have some sims here. So this right here, zoom in a bit, this was sent to me by Malakath. Thank you, Malakath. I appreciate it. These are the sims using the Demobis profile before the buffs. So you have Gloomhound, this is Purple Dog, and Charhound being about the same here. I didn't even know it was even this close. I thought it still favored Charhound. Whatever, not a big deal. 1.39, 1.389, slightly favoring the Gloomhound. This sim right here is all the buffs that are in. So it has Pact buff, Grimoire, Felguard buff, Gloomhound damage, all being buffed right here. 1.428, 1.43 basically, being about a 40k buff, more right here. So pre-buff 1.39, post-buff 1.43 essentially. A larger disparity as well, favoring Gloomhound over Charhound, 15k, favoring Gloomhound Purple Dog in single target. So that's cool to see. I mean, Purple Dog has pulled ahead, which is where it should be in single target, honestly. You want the red dog in AoE, purple in single target. Cool. It's fixed at least. About a 40k buff. I was told like 2.5 to 3%. I'm not gonna run the math on it, but you can run it if you want. It's something. Now, Affliction and Destruction, if I can actually find this here. See if I can pull it up that flashbang, everybody. Simcraft. Oof, that's bright. Sorry, don't hate me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to y'all. Affliction and Destruction, as far as their overall sims are concerned, on Simcraft are sitting a little lower than Demo. And it's very important to keep in mind that as far as sims are concerned, like sims are a great tool. They are not the end all be all. Damage profiles matter. This is a good example of that. Demonology, there's the 1.39 million sim. We see it right here. Basically, it's right here. Zoom in some more for you. Affliction, Soul Harvester behind by about 9k. And you've got Destruction, Diablo Destro being behind by about 25k, give or take here, but this is seeing the most play in single target, and if it's not, it's Affliction seeing second most play in single target. Actually, this is Demonology. Aff and Destro are here, about 20k lower than Demo, but Demo's seeing the least play. Damage profiles, mobility for a handful of reasons, right? But these weren't buffed. They were left where they are. If you look at like overall sims and things, I mean, they're pretty darn low, which is, I think they should have buffed Aff and Destro here as well. But yeah, so I mean, as far as concerned, about a 40k increase, give or take. It is favoring Purple Dog. Might be wondering, what is the difference between Grimoire and like playing Grimoire Felguard and playing in Torn Armaments? So playing Anilian Training. The current build that I'm playing, and most everybody is in single target, is playing Anilian Training and no Grimoire. I've taken the sim from my own character. This is not a BIS profile sim, but this is my own character sim. No Grimoire, so this is playing Anilian Training, which we looked at a minute ago here, versus Grimoire. Grimoire's ahead by 700 DPS. If that's the case, I'm not playing Grimoire. I'm playing Anilian Training. A little more consistency. Doesn't swing as much with like big timer and small timer and stuff. This is pre-buff. Post-buff, it's about a 2k gain. So you're gaining about 1200 DPS here playing Grimoire versus not. Still one of those things where it's like, okay, 2k's a bit more than, 700 DPS, but I mean, like, it's still one of those things where it's like, if the fight's dying at a weird point where you're not getting your last big tyrant in with Grimoire in it, you might just not even play Grimoire still. It probably still needs more help, but I don't know. It's one of those things, right? So we got to see where this goes. But I mean, Demo's going to be sitting somewhere around 1.43 million. Compared to Destro and Aff being 1.37, 1.36, and that's, sort of an issue, I guess, in itself, right? Talent-wise, like we talked about, not much is going to change here, I don't think. If you're going to play Grimoire, you're going to do this, and you're going to play Purple Dog over Red Dog. But the actual structure, nothing else changes there, I don't believe. Should be the same. So we'll see where it goes. I'll play Purple Dog in single target, probably to still play, honestly, Anilian in ST as well. I don't think I'll mess with Grimoire a whole lot. In M+, probably won't change much either. Still playing Red Dog and M+. Probably wouldn't play as an M+. I don't think I'd even play Grimoire in M+. Still play this. It's more consistent damage, more damage from Felguard passively, which affects other things like strength and stuff as well. So I probably wouldn't even bother with it. But there's that. So I want to make a case as well, which we hit on it a little bit, but there's only Demo buffs here. However, if you look at statistics in the raid, we'll go like 95th percentile and stuff. There's a handful of classes. I mean, here's Destro. Here's Aff. Yeah, Demo's pretty low. It's low, right? This is Mythic. We even go Heroic if you want, whatever. Destro's a little higher here, but Aff's way down here. Demo's pretty darn low as well. Aff ain't doing much better. It's here with Balance Druid, with Unholy Decay, Windwalker Monk, Survival Hunter, Marks Hunter. I believe Survival, something got buffed. Where's Hunter at? Something got buffed. Where's Hunter? I think Hunter did somewhere. I saw it somewhere. Where's the Hunter at? There we go. Some survival buffs, a tier set, some BM buffs here, pet damage increase, tier set increase, all that. I mean, as far as like, stop please. I mean, they're both right here. BM's even way up here. Where are the Aff buffs? Where are the Destro buffs? What else? I mean, like Unholy Decay, Balance Druid. I don't even know if they were buffed. Were they buffed? Let's see. Nothing to Unholy. Okay, there's that. Balance, no buffs. Feral got a buff. Is Feral, to be fair, it's Wildstalker stuff. I don't know if this is like better or worse for Feral. I'm sort of feeding into the meme here and joking, but like, I think there's definitely a world where you buff Affliction and Destro here as well. Both looking at Sims, which I closed out a second ago here, looking at how low they are in Sims. And just in general, you can maybe possibly leave Destro where it's at. I think the Shadowburn playstyle is cool. I like it, but I don't think it fits like the class. I like how Shadowburn plays and feels, but I don't know if it's where they want Shadowburn to be, just being a button you hit on cooldown, being that strong basically from 100 to 0. But either way, I think Aff and Destro could def use some buffs too. We don't need to be Enhanced Shaman level or Arcane Mage level OP. It wasn't Fire pretty bad? What's going on with Fire here? I need to feed more into this propaganda a little bit. But jokes aside, I think Aff and Destro could use some buffs here also. Overall, single target sims, not the best, lower third of all the classes out there. Damage profile wise, Destro and Aff fit the raid relatively well. Destro is just the most mobile of all our specs, which is crazy to say, but this raid requires a lot of mobility. At the same time, you have Diabolist access with Destro, so spawning in Pit Lords, Brothers of Chaos, the dude with the axe, all pretty strong in certain settings. You can queue one up, launch them when AoE comes out, and that's good. They also nerfed Diabolist, the interaction, if you guys go with the hotfixes, nerf Hellcaller with 2 different talents. So looking at that, with no compensatory, I don't know the word, no compensation buffs that came out a few days ago with the hotfixes, and just current tuning and the fact they weren't buffed, if there's any room to revisit where the tuning is at for these two, I think it needs to happen. Because, like, it's just, I mean, there are a lot of classes that are stronger than Warlock right now. I think Hellcaller in general needs some attention. It could be an 11.0.5 thing, and I want to get into feedback and stuff, looking at 11.05 within the next few weeks, heading into, like, later stages of PTR and all that, with tuning and stuff. But I think if we're looking to buff other classes or things, Destro and Aff def could use some. If you're looking at raw sims and things, Demonology, once again, is already the highest. We're buffing it even more. Which, once again, sims don't translate to actuality. Once again, a great example of, like, yeah, something can sim the highest, but it's not always the best. You know, different damage profiles, more mobile, versus, like, single target stack cleave, versus, like, council cleave and good at single target, but stationary kind of stuff with Soul Harvester. So, I think all lock hero talents feel really good. It's just that, like, none of them are, like, incredibly strong or crazy OP, unless, like, you have Diabolist cleave in the right setting and stuff. But, like, as far as it's concerned, I think Destro and Aff need some buffs as well. You can filter by max percentile and stuff as well. Demo drops even lower. Destro's still middle of the pack, and Aff's right here. Pharaoh balance, Shadow got pretty big buffs today as well. Rogues down astronomically, apparently. I mean, Aug's down here. Come on. Aug's down here. So, in the end, we see the feed. Mage propaganda. I guess go from there. But, yeah. That's that. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And my hair is messed up. I don't know what's going on here. We're going to fix that mid thing. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully it helped clarify a little bit on the changes that are coming to Warlock on Tuesday for Demonology. Also, hopefully maybe it's possibly a Hail Mary to get some buffs to Aff and Destro, because they do likely need it, but, well, we'll see where it goes. It is a bit surprising to me that Demo does indeed sim the highest as far as, like, single target's concerned, but I don't, like I said, I don't know, man. Whenever I play Demonology in game in single target, it just feels worse than Destro and worse than Aff. And obviously damage profiles vary a little bit, but there's not a whole lot of, like, I mean, single target is single target. But then again, you know, this is a pretty mobile tier. It requires a lot of mobility, and honestly, you know, Aff and Demo aren't as mobile as Destro, which is crazy to say, but it's very true. So, I don't know. We'll see where it all goes. But like always, thanks for watching, guys. If you want any week cores, add-ons, Twitch, Discord, website, links down below if you want them all for free. And also, like every time, a massive thank you to all my supporters on Patreon for all support there. Thank y'all just a million times. Like always, I greatly appreciate it. It allows me to keep doing what I'm doing for y'all, making content, and just the general support. I really appreciate it. If you're looking at supporting on Patreon, it should be a link up here, as well as down below in the video description. Now, I mean, I fingers crossed for maybe some buffs on Monday, or some updated buffs to stuff coming Monday. It's happened in the past. It happened in, I think, Shadowlands towards the end, when Destro was very bad. We asked for a buff after the posts were posted, and hey, it happened. Fingers crossed. Wishful thinking. Probably won't, but either way, we'll see where it goes. If they do, I'll be here to update y'all on that. So, all that being said, thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, hit the like and sub buttons below. Helps out a ton, and I'll catch you all again soon on stream. Peace.